A few blocks before Costello's hotel, he asks Derek to pull over and drop him off. He felt like walking a little bit. He checked Jenna's mom's location again. It moved. So who knows if he even parked in front of the right house. Derek pulls over and says, "You know you left me hanging back there." Costello asks, "How's that?" Derek says, "You never described your hot therapist." Costello laughed and started getting out of the car. Derek snapped, "I'm serious. You think I care about your superiority complexes or whatever you were talking about?" He took a long, dark stare at Derek. "Godspeed, my brother," Costello slurred and quietly shut the door. His phone registered an email from Uber, canceled ride. He gathered himself for a brief walk back to the hotel. After about 100 yards, he sat down at a bus stop bench and wondered if the tequila was still entering his bloodstream or on its way out. Derek, being familiar with the area, pulled over and waited for Costello to get back on his feet. Sometimes life surprises us with hope from places we least expect it. Costello started to doze off when he heard a voice say something familiar. "Here's to fucking outdoors, a fist fight with your doppelganger, and hedging your bets with the devil." He looked to his side and saw someone sitting next to him. This infuriated Costello. This son of a bitch won't even let him get a vacation. He picked himself up and saw the lights of a black Mercedes pop on. The car idled until Costello started walking and it drove off. How had he transcended from a day full of human connectivity right back into the abyss with his imaginary drinking buddies? Costello did as he always did. He made a plan for additional research tomorrow. The only way to figure out how these characters keep finding him is to get back into the laboratory. He suddenly noticed he wasn't safely tucked away in Derek's car or in his room, so he found himself double-timing it back to the hotel. His wavering between confidence and fear started to weigh heavily on him. Why was he oscillating between these emotions? He felt like his instincts towards fight or flight were becoming one dangerous reactionary behavior of both at the same time. The hotel welcomed Costello back in a very bizarre manner. Nobody at the front desk, nobody at the concierge desk, no bartender, no bellhop, just a man sitting in the lobby writing in a notepad. Costello could hear the words on the paper. He focused his vision best he could and looked at the man's mouth. His lips were not moving. He heard every word this man was writing in the notepad. "Here's to dusting your bookshelf, newspaper on all the windows, and a career as a stay-at-home ventriloquist." Costello's fight instinct found its glory once again. He started towards the man. The man wrote furiously. The pen was nearly shredding the paper. It read, "Go to your room." Costello stopped and dropped his phone. He looked down and saw a text he typed to Jenna's mom that was prepared to send. In all caps, "Good night." He deleted the 9 characters and secured his phone. Everything swallowed Costello. He was terrified to go to the elevator. How many would be in his room? Where were the staff? All he could do was sit in the lobby and listen to this man write. He confidently walked to a chair and sat facing the man. He scratched at the notepad. "Here's to being terrified of your own existence, poorly executed assassinations, and sweating out last night's carnal knowledge." Costello sat unfazed. The man pressed harder and wrote even more deliberately. "Here's to a ferocious sense of entitlement, falling down the wrong rabbit hole, and stumbling across a starving coven." Costello's phone buzzed. An unknown number texted him. "Type stop to end replies." Costello typed stop and the man began writing again. "Here's to smoldering Bibles." Costello pressed send on the text and the man got to his feet. He closed the notepad and put it in his pocket, set the pen down on a glass coffee table, and walked away. Costello looked in the reflection of pictures on the walls. He saw the staff working normally. He picked up the pen and went to his room.